So, Toyota, a five-seater stripped-out SUV that's made for off-roading and losing any sort of luxury features to be more accessible to the masses? Sounds familiar. So everybody, there was a huge Toyota dealers leak last week, and it really revealed a lot of information about the upcoming Toyota models and kind of what we should expect as consumers. Now, a lot of people are dwelling on the fact that there will be a new GT86 replacement called the GR86 after Gazoo Racing, Toyota's new kind of racing nameplate that the Supra is named after. A lot of people are dwelling on that and the fact that there is a new Tundra coming and a new Sequoia and a new 4Runner, most of which should share a lot of really similar components. Namely, the V8 is gone in Toyota's lineup, and it will be replaced with what we're thinking is still the 3.5-liter V6 out of the Tacoma. However, it will be turbocharged and have a hybrid portion as well. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the brand new Land Cruiser, which I am super excited about. And if you got from that intro, it's going to be a pretty radical departure from what we've been hearing before. So what I've been hearing from different sources and from this leak is the Land Cruiser is no longer going to be an $85,000 luxury SUV that's absolutely huge. The current ones are 7-seater, and they share a lot of different components with the Lexus LX. Now, they do have the old school 5.7-liter V8, and they are just an old school traditional body on frame SUV. However, through time, they have gotten a lot bigger. If you've been around the channel for a while, you may have realized that I had an FJ80, an 80 series Land Cruiser. Really loved the thing. And but that was really when Toyota started getting bigger and bigger. I mean, the 60 series models were pretty big, but the 80 series, especially towards the end of that, were getting pretty luxurious. And then the 100 series and 200 series after that only got more luxurious and more expensive. And not to say they lost their off-road tech, but as you can probably imagine, an $85,000 SUV, a lot less people were taking those off-road, and they were kind of replaced with the the 4Runners and the Tacomas. I mean, you all are probably in the same boat, but we've seen countless 4Runners and Tacomas off-road, and I can probably count on one hand the number of 200 series Land Cruisers I've seen off-road. Not too many. So in terms of the Lexus LX, they're saying that's going to go way more up market. Now, those things are already starting around $100,000 as they are priced more than the current 200 series Land Cruiser, and they're only going to go up from there. They're saying it's going to compete with things like the Bentley Bentayga, Lamborghini Urus, those kind of SUVs, way more expensive than what they are now and way more exclusive. Now, instead of the Land Cruiser staying where it is, it's actually going the complete opposite direction. They're saying it's going to lose that third row, get more of a stripped down, hardcore off-roader SUV. Now, if that's sounding familiar, it's a whole lot like what Toyota did with the FJ Cruiser. When this came out, it was much cheaper than a Tacoma, much cheaper than a 4Runner, and it got a lot of off-road goodies. I mean, looking around here in the cabin, I have A-Track. The later ones actually had crawl control, if you can believe that, and a rear locking differential. It had all the off-road goodies, plus a shorter wheelbase, and all of the off-road cred that comes with all of these Toyota vehicles. Now, it does still have independent front suspension, and I would guess that would stick around for the next generation, but it definitely sounds like they're going to make something very similar to this again, and I could not be more excited. I mean, I absolutely love the 200 series Land Cruiser, but, you know, for a younger person, I don't have that kind of money to drop on one of those, and it's just too big of a vehicle. I really don't need anything like that. To me, even the 4Runner is a little bit too big, and to be honest with you, a little bit more pricey. But if they would come out with a successor to the FJ Cruiser, which this is really starting to sound like, this could be the answer to all of our prayers. I mean, certainly the way that we're going here with the market, lots of SUVs, lots of crossovers, and it looks like that's the direction that we're going to be seeing from every brand here in the future as well. But if you can kind of see with Toyota's lineup, there's not really a whole lot of competition. I mean, there is an all-new Ford Bronco coming out very shortly. The new Land Rover Defender is coming out. We're seeing a lot of kind of resurgence of these off-road, very bare bones, if you can imagine that in today's modern age. But they're not getting any cheaper, but they do seem more stripped out, less luxurious, and more off-roady, more basic, I guess is what you should say. I mean, In a brand new Jeep, you might roll off the lot still paying nearly 60 grand for a four-door JL, but you're not going to be seeing those massaging seats anytime soon in one of those, I don't feel like. And to be honest with you, that's for good reason. You don't need that. I think Jeeps, and as well as every other brand, have gotten more and more tech focused, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the price does reflect it. Now, Toyota is saying this is going to be much more accessible to the masses when they come out with this new Land Cruiser, and I think that is definitely a great move. I think if you can get more people interested, plus you unveil a Halo off-roader, what could be more exciting than that? Now, looking around here in the cabin of my FJ Cruiser, I mean, there are hard plastics, but again, this thing is not really made to be a luxury land barge like the new Land Cruisers are. I mean, we do actually have vinyl floors down there, and with this being a Trail Teams edition, you can see all kinds of matching green accents here that do match the army green body here on the FJ Cruiser, and I would like to see a lot of this stick around. Again, I do have A-Track down here. I do have the rear diff lock and a good old transfer case with four-wheel drive high and low range. All of this needs to stick around. Now, obviously, if they throw these sweet gauges up here to show your compass and your clinometer, obviously that's all the more better, but this is the kind of vehicle that Toyota needs to make. Not necessarily an off-roader for only the millionaires, but an off-roader for the masses. So guys, I could not be more excited about this news. I bought this FJ Cruiser because, in my opinion, this was kind of built during the golden era of Toyota. I mean, you're not dealing with the carburetor and all that kind of finicky stuff. And, you know, fuel injection's really nice. And to be honest with you, this vehicle is almost 10 years old, and it really doesn't feel like it. I mean, it still has many of the modern accessories and options that you might look for. I can connect my phone to this with the Bluetooth. I still have all of the good traction control to get you through off-road situations. And honestly, it's just a fun vehicle. It really has not lost any kind of nostalgia or any kind of, you know, the cuteness has not worn off, I guess is basically what I'm saying. But this is the kind of vehicle Toyota needs to make again. I mean, I don't really think it needs to have a fold-down windshield and all that like the new JLs do. I think, honestly, that's more gimmicky and relying way too much on the heritage. And really, who really puts down the windshield on any modern vehicle? I mean, you're going to get bugs in your teeth. It's not going to be a very comfortable ride. But this, again, I think Toyota, if you can make this, it is going to be an absolute grand slam. I mean, there's so much talk over the new Bronco, so much talk over the new Wranglers, so much talk even over the Land Rover Defender, which is honestly pretty expensive. A lot of these vehicles probably are going to be pretty expensive. But if there ever was a time to build it, not be boring, and just, you know, swing for the fences, in my opinion, this is it. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I am very excited to see what Toyota will make of this, whether it will have a lot of that retro styling like you're starting to see a lot in the market, or if they'll go a completely different direction and make some kind of crazy new powertrain or something like that. All of that remains to be seen, but I am really interested. So leave all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. You know, it is kind of a crazy world we're living in right now with the virus going around and everything. A lot of the auto shows have been canceled. Actually, up in Detroit, they're taking the building where the Detroit Auto Show normally is and turning that into a makeshift hospital. If you are in medical personnel or you are one of the essential business people, we do really appreciate everything that you all do to keep this world going, keep our country going. We do salute you for that, and please be safe out there. But thank you all very much for watching. If you're bored while you're shut in your house, be sure and hit subscribe, ring that bell, and watch up some of our other videos. Let us know what you're thinking, what all you would like to see on the channel here in the future. Chad and I do have a lot of really interesting plans, and I think it's safe to say a lot of it has to do with this vehicle right here. But thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll catch you next time.